Another true story, y'all. This is May Wade, your Texas girl, and I live in Texas. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. This story is about Betty Boop, and Betty Boop is my car. Remember during the pandemic, we got 3 stimulus checks. So my car had stopped on me way before we got the first one. So after I got my first stimulus check, my cousin Travis and his wife, they were taking me around to pay my bills, get groceries and do stuff. So I asked him one day, I said, do you know a mechanic that can work on my car for me? And he said, yes. When you leave your house, there's a mechanic. There's one on the left and there's one on the right. But what he didn't tell me was the mechanic that he was talking about that was on the right is when you're coming to my house. And so I made a big mistake. I went to the mechanic on the right when you're leaving my house. I guess I should have known when I walked up in there. I got a cold reception, right? And I was like, damn, I'm in the wrong place. But anyway, there was a young lady sitting behind the desk when I got there. And so I proceeded to talk to the gentleman that owned the mechanic shop, and I explained my problem to him, that my car would not start and all that. So he was kind of friendly, and he said, I said, it won't start, so I need a tow. He said, I have a tow company you can use, and I'll give you a discount. I said, okay. So anyway, I went on back to my house because I'm walking. This is like a couple of blocks from the house. And so shortly afterwards, he gave me the tow truck number and I called him. And remember, I had got my stimulus check, so I had money. And the tow truck came within an hour and towed my truck to the mechanic shop. So by now I'm riding the bus, right? And I have to go right by the mechanic shop to get to my house to get off the bus. So I noticed after 2 weeks, my car is still sitting in the same spot. 3 weeks, my car is still sitting in the same spot. So 4 weeks, a month. So I said, I'm going back to ask him. This time he was kind of rude to me. So he told me that, did I want to sell my car? And I said, only way I'll sell it is it can't be fixed. So he made me think my car cannot be fixed. And keep in mind, I had money to pay him, but he was talking to me like, I ain't got no money to pay him. And he was getting his stimulus checks too. Okay. The next time I talked to the man, I had my title with me and I sold my car, right? Okay. So the young lady that was in the office, she was there that day too, so she gave me a ride back home. She said, ma'am, are you walking? I said, yes. I was in pain. This was before I had my total knee replacement surgery, and every time I walked, I was in pain. So I imagined that my face was frowned up and I was looking like I was in pain. They probably thought I was a drug addict, but I wasn't a drug addict. I was in pain. So anyway, a year later, but when I got back to the house, I said to myself, why did I sell my car? But I did. Because before that, I had asked 3 mechanics to come look at my car, come by the house. Nobody wanted to help me because the pandemic was going on. And I was a woman. I guess they thought I wanted my car free, but I didn't. So a year went by and the mailman knocked on the door. It was a lady, but I wasn't dressed, so I didn't open the door. So shortly after I got dressed, I went to the mailbox. It was a pink slip in my mailbox. And it said, it's about your car. Call this number. So it was on a Friday. So Monday, I pondered all weekend. So Monday I called. It was a lady answered the phone and said, I got your car here. I said, what car? Apparently the man lost the title to the car and the car was still mine. They wanted to buy my car from me for $200. So what I did was, I said, how much does it cost to get it? Do you know they told me $2,000? They set the bar so high. But I borrowed that money and I got my car back. And when I walked in with the check, they were stunned. They were stunned. Didn't want to give me my car back. But I got my car back. And now it's time for a different car. But I'm going to hold on to Betty Boop as long as I can. But the moral of this story is God is able. sold the car, the man lost the title, and I got my car back. How about that?